Well, hello. Welcome back to the Everything Burger channel. I mean, I'll be doing everything but nothing, but it's everything. And today we're applying for jobs together and catching up. You might be thinking, why are we applying for jobs? I thought you were gainfully employed. Technically my last day on this job is on Wednesday, like the end of month, but I turned in my computer and my phone today, so like nobody can really reach me. And I have like a virtual desktop that I can get on. The problem is I haven't used my personal laptop in a long time because I have a desktop. And somewhere along those months of me not using it, something happened. I don't know what happened. It updated or something like that. And I can't get back in. So for the next 2 days, I basically put my vacation time in, okay? I have to go back and turn some stuff in, like my monitors and whatever, but at the end of the day. Anyways, long story short, I applied for a different job. Well, I got promoted. And then the role that I was in, that I am in for the next 2 days still, they can only pay me up to a certain pay grade. I took the promotion because I've worked really hard for that promotion. But because they can no longer pay me, I can no longer stay in that position. Sure. I had also applied for another job at the same place. And I got it. And then there was issues with like, oh, you might not start for another few months, whatever. PMO, because I'm very like, why are we offering the position if it wasn't there, whatever. Well, it turns out it was there. It's fine, whatever. They offered it to me. I turned it down. Kind of unexpectedly because I just felt like I would wake up hating my life every single day. And that's all I will say. And it's also very surprising because I never follow my gut. I am somebody who I've come to realize, obviously I'm saying this not like I'm proud of it. I'm someone that just doesn't listen to their gut a lot. I'm like, wow, that's kind of like not great. And then I'll proceed to still do it or still continue with this thing that I feel kind of weird about. Not good. Don't be like me. But for once in my life, in my big 25 years, I decided that, hey, maybe you should listen to your gut. And if it's telling you that you might hate your life for the next 3 years that you're going to be at this job minimum, maybe you shouldn't do it. So I called it off. And I was very excited for it. And it felt like I was calling off a freaking engagement. Like I was committed to devoting myself to this new position that I had applied for. And now it's not going to happen. Well, whatever. It's very sad and it's very bittersweet. Like, I am very sad because it was like, I was kind of like married to this idea of how my life was going to look like for the next 3 years. And then all of a sudden I like tore the curtain down and I was like, F this. We're not doing that, and I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm not doing this. And it feels really weird, again, because I'm not that kind of person to actually act upon that. Even though there's a lot of times in my gut where I'm like, I need to escape. Like, this is not for me. And for some reason, I just don't ever pay attention to it, and this time I did. I don't know. But today I turned my stuff in, and I felt really good. So anyways, I clearly cannot multitask while I'm trying to catch up because I'm a yapper. But I really do need to apply for a job. I told myself I would find one job to apply to tonight. I applied to a job Friday night, and I came to check on to see if that same company had more job positions. Tell me why the position I applied for is no longer there. And I have a feeling it's not because They hired me. I have a feeling that it's because they had already found somebody and they realized that it might be still there because I applied. And that makes me laugh. My acne's so bad lately too, and I think it's all this dang stress. We moved recently, and that's been stressful as long, as well as just the increase in that payment with me not working. And likely having to take a pay cut because most civilian jobs are just not going to pay as much as what I was making full time in the military. And it is stressful, but this light is a bit too strong, isn't it? Ooh. Well, I'm just gonna. I don't have a bob. I also got a haircut. It's in layers. It's not very. I think I'm gonna grow out my bangs. I had shorter bangs. Right now, they clearly look not good. I have not looked. I put them up earlier today, but I don't know. Anyways, I'm trying to find like. I really don't want to go back to retail. I don't want to go back to retail because it's an easy job and I don't mind it. The problem is that I kind of like don't have the tolerance for that right now. But that's okay. That is a-okay. So there's always corporate. What else happened to me? Yeah, I think I mean, it could be like seasonal depression or something. I don't know, but I'll tell you what. I was going through it. I felt horrible. I still am on and off with it. Right now I feel a little bit better because of the whole, like, I turned my stuff in and the finality of this position is finally like, yay. Seasonal part-time associate, that's not gonna work. Not gonna work. Sorry, I really cannot do two things at once. Anyways, yeah, I think, I mean, trigger warning, I don't know. I think I do struggle with seasonal depression at the minimum. And in general, I think I kind of do have this, like, I don't know if it's like real, like, I feel like I get depressive episodes. There we go. That's the way I'll put it. I feel like I get depressive episodes and it's not fun. It's not fun because I can feel myself like, I won't shave my little mustache off. I won't do my eyebrows. I don't brush my hair. Hygiene starts to feel more like a chore. And sometimes it's really hard to realize that that's happening to me until I'm in the thick of it. And I'm like, what am I doing? Like, you haven't brushed your hair and like you're itching it and now it hurts really bad. And your scalp is weird and now you're picking your skin and now your acne's crazy because I also, I just say it, but I do depend on food for emotional, like, comfort, I guess. That's something that I really haven't, I tried to work on this year and then clearly didn't work. That's a issue. And that's something that I really do want to work on this year and make it more of a priority because it's not healthy. Because a lot of the times that I'm doing that, it's mindless, but I do tend to reach for things that just don't sit well with my body, like lactose/dairy, greasy stuff. Like, this is really painful acne. It's kind of like the end of it. This one was like new, but weeks prior I had like very painful, I think it's called like cystic acne, and it hurts so bad. And it's just not good. I haven't been doing very well. Just I think the stress of everything, and I don't even know. It just hasn't been great. But that's okay. We persevere. Things are hopefully looking up the hell is going on here? I can't even spell. This is so sad. I worked at a school district like a few years back, and I quit on the first day, and I feel like I shouldn't have done that. Actually, that's another time I listened to my gut and I was like, I can't do this. However, that is a time that I feel like I quit because of my anxiety and a lack of belief in myself. I was like, I don't think I can do this. In a very like horrible self-esteem kind of way. And whereas with this job, I felt like it was like, girl, I'm not doing this. You know what I'm saying? Like there is a difference between me like, I don't think I can do this. Because you more likely can. With this other position that I just recently turned down, I feel like I am not doing this. There was more of like I know that this isn't going to go well, so I'm not doing it. And I'm really proud of myself, genuinely, actually. If you're somebody that's in that position, and you know what, I'm 25, this sounds like a quarter life crisis if I ever heard one. I'm just saying, you're not alone, okay? If you're in your mid-20s and you're like, what the hell am I doing? Like, what the hell? That's literally how I feel right now. So you're not alone. I mean, I really kind of don't have any advice right now, but all I can say is we're in it together, and that's okay, and we'll figure something out. I mean, I've always figured something out. That's the thing. That is what is keeping me moving, because I have always figured it out. It didn't matter where or what I was doing, what the problem was, who the problem was with. I figured it out. And I'm alive and I'm here. So I'm okay. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm okay. However, I'm still very like I don't know what to do. Because typically you would think like, I have very complicated feelings with like, I'm disappointing everyone around me because I thought I would be something by 25. And here I am at 25, freshly unemployed, with no idea what to do. Other than go back to school, but I don't know about that. You know what I'm saying? Anyways, yeah, so I'm buying Jujutsu Kaisen blind boxes and rewatching everything. I will say, I think this is a really good kind of pivoting point, because I feel like I have kind of just ignored a lot of things. Like, I think when I burn out, I think I reach burnout, and my tolerance towards burnout is it's getting smaller and smaller and smaller. I feel like for a long time I carried it on for so long, and then like I burnt out, and then again and again, and I would say I burnt out around like senior year. And it was like, phew, of high school, keep in mind. And then it was fine, and then a few more years, and then I had this same kind of job in the same place, but like as a kind of a different dynamic. Burnt out really bad right there, because I was also in college full-time, trying to work full-time, and the pandemic and moving away from home and a new dog that I didn't know how to deal with, a new relationship, yada yada. Like, and then I reached really bad burnout to the point of like food intolerances and food allergies and alcoholism. And then I was like, full stop, like something's got to give. I take more chillax, like kind of like, I think I was working at TJ Maxx. I started working at TJ Maxx. I tried working at the school district. I was like, I don't know if I can do this. Quit after the first day. I really wonder how the trajectory of my life would have been had I stuck it out. Anyways. And then I work retail for like a year almost. And then I get called up for this job like,
hey, we know you left a couple years ago. The job's open again. We can't find anyone else to do it. Do you want to fill it, or else the program's like done?
Something like along those lines. So I take it. And then I lasted, like a year and 3 months. I could probably keep doing it. That's the thing. I I do enjoy what I do. By all means, it's so fulfilling to do this job. However, it is very difficult because I feel like, especially in the military, I feel like it's a thankless job sometimes being in the military, right? Because you're just doing what you're doing. But it's like, damn, ain't nobody gonna stop and say thank you. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's maybe it's just not the career for me. If that's what I'm expecting, that's fine. And that's something that's another thing too. Like, you know, it's hard because two things can be true at the same time. Like, I can be kind of happy that I'm like taking a step back, but at the same time, I'm also kind of like grieving this like person and this future that I kind of had in my mind been like, this is what you're gonna do. You're gonna, you know, you're gonna do this for 3 years, then you're gonna go commission, and then all this and this and this, and you're gonna be in the military. And you're gonna be in there until you're 60, and I love this place so much. And then I don't know, maybe my brain developed or something. I'm like, and the thing is too, I wanted to stay because I want to make a huge change. Like, I feel like I could make a big change, but at the same time, like, now as I'm kind of like taking a step back and like I'm really trying not to think about my next like why and like what's going on, and like trying to digest everything this year because, you know, and sorry, I'm kind of hopping around everywhere. This entire year I feel like I've like I've gone through so much, and like mentally, like, that I feel like I just kind of like compartmentalized it elsewhere, and like just kind of shut it off to just go through the job. And like your life should probably not feel like that. It shouldn't feel like this job is like this all hail like everything, and then everything else is happening to you. Like, I should probably be able to live my life with any sort of job that I have. You know what I'm saying? Like, what's the point in making all this money to do what? I think my priorities were just I'm really having to come to terms with all my priorities and where they actually lie, and my beliefs, and what do I actually believe in? Do I really want to, you know, stay in an organization to try and be the positive change? And can one person, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, all this kind of just crisis surrounding everything that I thought I was going to do and that I had done is kind of like dismantling within like a span of a couple weeks. And again, keep in mind with all these big changes, like moving and just not this job kind of falling apart, everything has been, it's very overwhelming. I will say I've been very overwhelmed, and I don't know. Anyways, I keep not looking for jobs. Stop talking to me. Stop talking to me. Because, yeah, you need to stop talking to me, or else I'm not going to apply for a job. And I'm going to be jobless. For real, for a long time. Can't be doing that. God. What if I tried to work for a different school district? But yeah, last time I tried to work at one of these, I was like an English language learner, paraeducator, or something like that. For high schoolers, I don't think I could have done that again. I really wish I had like the patience and personality for this, because I would love to do that. Maybe I should just be a dang bus driver. Okay, so that's a bust. Let's do corporate jobs near me. Okay, stop. I should make the last packet of hot chocolate, don't you think? Taco Bell manager. Yeah, see that. Speaking of Taco Bell, like, I graduated college this year, and I feel like I didn't even have time to digest it. Like, I remember that day, kind of like I remember it like I felt like I just like shut off. Like, I was like literally like I've been sleepwalking this entire year, and now that I'm having some damn time to just think, and I took this whole last week off for the holidays and whatever, and moving, and because I knew like I wasn't, you know, the job wasn't going to work out, and I wasn't going to take it, so I was like, might as well just use the, you know, paid leave that I have. And I think I've had so much time to like the thought, that's what I was talking about earlier, like the thoughts just keep coming in and in and in, and I'm like, man, oh, why are these thoughts coming back months later? And it probably is because I didn't process any of it while it was happening to me. And part of me is like so devastated, like, dude, you thought this job was for you and you thought this career was for you, yet you didn't even process anything that was going on. You know what I'm saying? Like, how can a job that numbs you to like, you have to numb yourself to go to work every day, like, how is that sustainable? And I keep like, I'm like kind of angry with myself sometimes. Like, sometimes I'm like, I regret ever doing this. And then other times I'm like, well, you can't do that to yourself also. Like, I can't just live with this ball and chain tied to my ankle all the time. Like, man, you fucked that up. Don't forget. Like, I can't, because guess what? I would never do that to somebody else. And it just, man. All that to say that I'm trying to do better. I'm trying to find a job that's another thing. I've never had, like, not to say retail isn't like a real job. You should be able to, you're a grown up. You should be able to understand what I'm trying to say here. Like, I haven't tried to seriously have a civilian career. I've always only tried to have a military career once I came in. Don't know why. Sous chef. No, me, queen. I don't know. Kind of PMO sometimes. Because it's like, damn, cool. Like, you really didn't. I locked myself into this box. I can't even blame. Sometimes I'm like, you can't even blame anybody but yourself. But like, I put myself into this box of like, this is how it's gonna be. And I kind of dug my heels in, and I'm not really sure why. And I'm trying to figure it out. But sometimes I'm like, maybe it's better that I don't. Like, spend the time doing something else. And then, bar this employment stuff, I feel like I'm just having like a identity crisis, like, who am I without any jobs? Who am I without being like dog mom? Who am I without being a partner? Who am I without being a daughter, an older sister? Like, who am I without all these labels? And what is really me? Who is the core of me? Does anybody really know me? Do I even know myself? Can I complain about anybody not knowing me and understanding me when I don't even do that to myself? Do I have the right to complain about people not respecting me and, treating me well when I myself sometimes don't even do that to myself? And don't treat myself with the dignity, respect, and just keeping the promises that I make for myself to myself. Like, I don't keep them, right? Fuck, I can't even get up and go work out. Haven't been able to. In my garage now has a gym in it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't have to drive 20 minutes to the gym now. I can just walk 20 feet, and I still can't seem to do that. So, just, again, it's been a really, really interesting week of, like, who the hell am I? You know the TikTok, like, who the hell did I marry? Who the hell am I? Who am I? Actually, I should go back and play that game. Put a pin in that. Don't let me forget. And you know what? Like, you know what I'm saying? And then I was like, what do I like? What do I, whatever. And I do have this like little like, like kind of like itch that I want to scratch of like genuinely giving like social media a try. Just for one, for me, because I like to talk. And two, just to see what sticks. You know what I'm saying? And I've caught myself over the last year, especially, I feel like it's because of this damn job, where I'm like, why is everything working out for everybody but not for me? And it's because I don't give it a fair shake. Like, I'm very scattered and very, like, I don't know. I don't even know where I was going with exactly with this train of thought, but, I've been thinking, like, oh yeah, this is where I was going. Kind of like jealousy, like, I love, most of my feed is, like, fitness influencers. I love watching people, like, work out and, like, transformations and, like, all this stuff, and, like, people that, trying to find people online that look like me and, have the same kind of, like, similar upbringing kind of style with fitness and diet and all that kind of stuff, and seeing that and how it plays out in adulthood and, kind of, like, almost gaining that sense of, like, sense of self back, especially like physical sense of self, you know, like this is my body and I'm taking care of it and I can put whatever I want in it and I can work out however I want and all that kind of stuff. And that's something that I've always struggled with, right? Because as a child, I've always been like tubby. There's like a brief period in time from like 2021 to like 2022. I was at my lowest weight. Oh, and like right after basic training, where I was a very low weight. However, I will say I was kind of weak. I was weak, but I was very slender. And in hindsight, I would rather be strong than be that small and that weak. Like I definitely think I didn't know what I was doing on like a cut. I think I was severely under eating because I dropped the weight very quickly. Anyways, moving on. I'm like, I would love to make fitness content, and I keep telling myself like, oh, there's already people doing that. This world is so big, like there is room for everyone to do something on the internet, especially with the internet. Like you just never know, and I feel like I continuously cut myself short and I just don't do it because I'm like, oh, somebody's gonna see it. That's the point. That's the point, for somebody to see it, for people to see it, you know. And if it doesn't resonate, it doesn't resonate, because I like doing it. That's the thing. Like sitting here and talking to you and not applying for the job that I'm supposed to be applying to, like all this kind of stuff is just very, I don't know. Like I cut myself short and I don't keep promises to myself, and then I go around and complain that people, you know, I treat others the way that I like want to be treated, but then I don't treat myself the way that I want others to treat me. Does that make sense? And it really bums me out. I found a job that I'm going to apply to, by the way. The pay cut would be crazy, but the commute isn't terrible. Employee discounts. Ready to be a friendly face. Yeah, anyway, so I think I'm going to be making fitness content. I don't know if I should do it separately or not, but I'm not sure. I think I do want to do it though, because one, like, I just struggle with my body image, and also during the last going on to 3 years, I've just, again, like I was talking about earlier, I'm very emotionally dependent on like food and just not moving a lot. I mean, keep in mind, I ran a half marathon this year. That's a whole other kit and caboodle. I'm telling you, I haven't processed anything that I did or happened to me this year. Like, I was just like a zombie going through life. Like, that's crazy. That cannot be. That cannot be. Like, I really do need my childlike sense of wonder back. I need to come back. I need to be that bitch again. Like, I can't. I need to. Not even again. I just need to be her, me. I need to find out who me is, and I won't have an answer. It's not like it comes in a cookie cutter shape, but I need to work towards finding my sense of self and doing things I enjoy and like putting myself first and following my gut. And I think at least starting with this whole like not taking a job, because I was like, I'm not doing that. I feel like that's a good start, and I think I'm starting the new year off strong. I think I did a lot of what I wanted to do from my New Year's bingo. That'll probably be a separate video maybe. And I feel very satisfied with a lot of what I did in 2025, although I feel like I didn't emotionally process any of it. I still did a lot of the stuff that I wanted to do. I got my tattoos. I did my half marathon. I went to new places, all this kind of stuff. But yeah, I think I just need to switch gears. I think I need to pivot and kind of prioritize and reanalyze and sit down and think about what the hell I'm going to be doing with my life. And that's okay. You know, one of my supervisors was telling me like, he told me it was very courageous, that it was very brave of me to turn down the job that I had already applied to, and, you know, was like telling everybody about it, that I'm like, I'm so excited that I'm going to be doing this, you know, it didn't work out. And he said it was very brave, and I really needed to hear that at the time, a couple of weeks ago. I cried. I was like, I mean, thank you. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it just, like, damn, it is brave. Because I could have just taken it and been like, damn it, like I already said I did. So and that's usually what I do too. That's the thing. Like I already told them I was gonna take it, so I'm just gonna take it and not kind of be a pain in the ass. No, go find somebody else. Because you know what? They found another replacement within like 12 hours. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I always forget that, you know, I hate the concept of like, oh, everyone's replaceable, because nobody is. Nobody is replaceable. We are all one of one. But it's kind of the truth, you know, like what I'm saying, like in the professional field, like you're going to be replaced and you can be replaced and you can be replaced quickly, especially in the military. And it's just, you know, they can replace the body but not the person kind of thing. But anyways, I'm very happy that I did make that choice. And I don't know, I wanted to yap while I bought these new microphones. I really want to try it. So that's part of the reason why I'm here. And, you know, I felt like I had to just talk. I had to talk today. And while I'm doing this, because I really don't like applying to jobs, that's like, making my resume was like pulling teeth out of me without any sort of laughing gas or anything. Like I was not having fun doing this resume. I almost cried. But hey, it's okay. It's okay. It is a privilege for me to be able to complain about having to find a job, being like, oh my God, I have a degree and I can't find a job. Like, it kind of is a privilege to be able to complain about that. To me, it is. It feels like it. It's kind of like it's giving spoiled brat. Like, go to work. You know what I'm saying? But, all in all, I think I'm in a good place. I might be unemployed in a couple days, but I'm very happy with the choice that I made, and I feel like it was the correct choice, and I feel very excited to just move forward and, like, just do something. And kind of like explore. Who knows? Maybe I'll be a successful fitness influencer. And be like, don't laugh. You might be laughing at me, but when I'm doing a pull-up at the end of the year next year, you're not gonna be laughing. Anyways, I think that's kind of all I have to say. I'm going to keep looking for jobs, but you have to go because I cannot focus on two things at once because I will keep talking. Also, to end the video, the last time I posted, I said I was watching Naruto. I'm not. I gave up. That's another time where I was like, I can't do this. I will not be doing this. I don't like it. Now when Jujutsu Kaisen exists, I can't get back into it. Maybe another time I will try again. It's a no for me right now. I just generally cannot get into it. And I'm not going to sit there and watch something that I'm not liking. I am watching Assassination Classroom right now. I just finished Jujutsu Kaisen. And I'm also watching Psyche, or The Disastrous Life of Psyche. Very good. Very good. See, now that I'm entertained, now I'm scooping that up. But I couldn't do that with Naruto. Also, these microphones, the DJI Minis, very good. Very good. They're on sale for like $79.99 at Best Buy right now. Go get them. Very good quality. I had like a $20 Walmart one that was really tiny. But even with the little wind cover, it was horrible. Compared to this, it was horrible. I thought it was the greatest thing ever made. Then I saw that these were on sale, so I stopped by to get some. Because, you know, I'm going to be a fitness influencer. So I bought some because they were on sale. And they're very, very, very good. I hope my hair hasn't been, like, in the way too much. Because if the audio's ruined because of my hair, I'm going to be very upset. But I'll probably still post it anyways, because why not? Anyways, that's all I have. I need to stop talking. I need to go get a job. So keep the unemployed in your thoughts, please. And Merry late Christmas if you celebrate. Happy holidays. And coming soon, Happy New Year. Bye. Thanks for listening to almost 40 minutes of me talking and trying to find a job. Bye.